One, two, two, check, check. Check it, check it, check it, one, two. It's the end of the world, there's sweet in the wet, and I feel fine. Hey, hey. Let's see. I think we're gonna get a good stream today. All right. Live. Good, good, good. And let me go put this in the Discord. Boom. We can finally do this damn talk. Copy link address and patch that in here. Like so. Yeah. What's going on, everyone? I'm gonna give people who may want to stream and listen to get up in here. Hope everyone is well. We're going to try this today. I think I figured out the situation. I think it was just a bottleneck of bandwidth, right? Kids were home playing, streaming, doing all that stuff. So I basically had no stream ability. So I figured, let me jump in here now, do this right now, and that way we can get this stream off. I am not going to make this long. This won't be a long session because I'm programming and I've got some other projects I got to get off the ground quickly. What I want to talk about today is transactions equal credit. The public sector, that's you and me as regular people, your Social Security, your big all cap straw man on your documentation, your driver's license, right? The private sector, your businesses, what kind of revenue is your business going to be earning? How do you make money with a business in this next transition? All right. Like I told you, my work streams are more me dumping my brain on the internet. It's more so you seeing why ToxicHustle as a business, as its strategy officer and founder, why as a business are we pivoting into digital transactions more so than trying to concentrate on marketing and social media? Like why is a media company concentrating on infrastructure and not concentrating on, hey, let's just broadcast? That's it. Exactly. We want to get in charge. We want to start getting in front of the network that's being created. There is a new network being built out. These Internet of Things are going to help broadcast at scale. Because currently centralization don't work, right? Google's a centralized company, Amazon's a centralized company, but Amazon figured out how to bridge its infrastructure for subscriptions. It's called Amazon Web Services. So one of the things we look at is what's going to be this infrastructure, what's going to be how do you fund yourself on these networks, and what does it benefit you to be in a network? Now, I told you, when it comes to cryptocurrency, when it comes to blockchain, it's one factor you've got to consistently look at is whether or not the system is doing hashes or not. Now, I can tell you right now, because of the fact of what's going on in China, and I put videos out about it, I've talked about everything that's going on, especially with the tofu dreg projects, which is basically buildings that have real estate investment money in them are falling to the ground, literally falling to the ground, right? So that was one of the videos I did, the tofu dreg video. If you're interested in finding out about that, that's what this building that's sideways in this video, that's a building on the ground. I can't hover over it because it goes right to the video, but that is a building on the ground, laying flat. Real estate is, you imagine that. Like, you put money into a real estate project. The way that it makes profit is people live in the building paying rent. So then it takes X amount of time for that property to recoup its value. But if the building falls before you can even get tenants in there, what happens? You've lost all value. Period. And these projects have been running rampant, not just there, across the globe. And people have been sinking money into basically ghost projects. So real estate bubble's getting ready to pop. This is why I keep telling y'all about transactions. I keep telling you about the industry of things. The welcome to Rome 3.0 with the Fiat. I talk about the pivot is here, blockchain gaming. I'm talking about these things because I want y'all to start looking for other ports of entry. We got to think of commerce no different than navigating waters of the sea. And I know that sounds really simplistic of a whole industry, but they make this really complicated when it's not supposed to be. Commerce isn't complicated, right? Two kids can trade sandwiches or halves of sandwiches at equal proportion, right? Hey, give me your peanut butter, because I really want some tuna fish, right? Or swap, right? Hey, I'll swap you half of my peanut butter for half your tuna fish. No, I don't really like tuna fish like that. What if I throw in some chips? Okay, right? Or I throw in some candy. So kids understand commerce. Now we as adults want things and shiny things and moving things and take vacations and trips. This commerce that we have, this fiat that we have ports of entry, your bank account, you working, getting money into your account, and your exit is being able to swipe at an ATM and use your card from doing your labor, right? What I saw was when the digital transition happened, I couldn't get a bank account anymore because I didn't have quote unquote credit. But this company called PayPal had a debit account. They also had a business account. So I created a business account to get the debit card, giving myself a digital bank. Then I could do MySpace layouts for $25 a pop, straight to my PayPal account, swipe and eat, as I said, church's chicken, because it was all I could get. You know, I could go shopping, and I go shopping and get like food, but if I couldn't cook where I was, right? I couldn't cook at the place where I was at. So I had to eat fast food because I was staying someplace. Shouts out to my boy Phantom Low for letting me crash someplace when I needed it. You know what I mean? So I don't take the responsibility of this transition lightly, but I also got to give y'all a heads up. Look, hardware is changing. The big boards are getting more efficient. They're small boards now. I was able to get a job in the financial industry working for a private bank, all because I knew technology before other people knew to jump on that shit. Right? And I'm telling you, this thing called hash rates is just work. Right now it's dumb work, right? It's just, hey, this person moved money over here, this person moved money over there, but it's getting to become smart now. The work's getting smarter. Now this network is now the Lightning Network. So if you've noticed, Twitter has been talking about they're getting ready to do these micropayments you could tip in Twitter. So now Twitter looks really interesting again because it has a financial outlet for me. See, these companies are making the digital fiat pivot. So regardless, their influencers have already pivoted to a new fiat structure. Snoop Dogg just jumped out of the window talking about he's in the sandbox. He's going to make his home in a sandbox. He's going to have an avatar that people can use in a sandbox. I told you the metaverse is here, y'all. I told you blockchain gaming is here. What I need you to understand is this transition doesn't wait or care how you feel about it. You've got to make the pivots. And I'm not asking you to invest in cryptocurrencies. I'm not asking you to invest in blockchain other than time. Do your research, find out how to earn. Take your content and put it to earning. Your content is the weight of your time. Your time is the weight of your existence on the planet, period. Utilize it properly because they're not going to pay you nothing. The entire infrastructure for the music industry was analog. It was print this on a piece of plastic, or whatever, the vinyl, right? Print this on some vinyl, get a plastic machine in your house, put the needle on the plastic vinyl, and listen to some music. Now, you had to walk out of your house, go down to a store, buy that ish, get back on a bus, get back to your house to listen to it, and hope it was good. And if you didn't like it, you had to get back on a bus, go back over there, and ask for a return. This happened with tapes. This happened with CDs. And then all of a sudden, poof, the physical was gone. MP3s. Y'all, when that happened, all of the logistics for warehouse, for shipment, all of that died. All of those businesses, all the workers that did all that stuff for the music industry, the physical side of the analog, disappeared. Now machines can print vinyl and ship it damn near on their own. Bitcoin has Bitcoin Lightning Network, which will then be able to process transactions as well as work code. So I'm looking into the Lightning Network to understand it more. And I'm just telling y'all to do the same. Don't believe in Bitcoin. Believe in transactions and code being put up. Because we live in a cold world. Straight up, we live in a cold world. We ain't changing this. This ain't changing on us. You think we're going back to analog? Really? The efficiency we've already found? Then the machine is going to do it on its own. So then what is your purpose? So as long as the hash rate's going up, but now we do have the hash rate dipping. Why? China is kicking out the last of these Bitcoin miners who thought this was a game. And they don't have a way out now. Like, it's a wrap for them. Them passports is like, I've been watching the news on this. Y'all have seen it. Y'all have seen, if you've gone into the Musical Geniuses Discord, link in the description, and gone into the cash lane, when you see I talk about all the things that's been happening in China, because I'm keeping an eye on it. It's not just so I can be a part of the hype cycle. Like, I'm running my business based off this news. I'm like, okay, first it was China's the big boogeyman. Then I go, like, let me go look and see what the news is in China. Let me see what people are saying overseas. Oh, this is breaking. That is breaking. A Billy here, a Billy there. Oh, here a Billy, there a Billy. They're just losing money left and right. The corruption is still corruption. Like, y'all, from the top down, it's corrupt. And then on the street, it's corrupt. And the margins for real estate were skimpy to begin with. And you're going to build a building with bendable pipes or bendable steel? Y'all. And their whole thing is like they play Go. I told y'all they're about real estate. They're about land grab. But when you realize, wait, y'all did land grab, but then you put assets on the land grab that are supposed to generate income, but they are falling to pieces. So the land is just the same land price. It has no value on top of it other than a crumbling building. Does that even make sense to you? And then they took all of their money because these rich guys knew that the whole property thing over there was crumbling down, threw all of their money overseas. UK, started Australia, here in America, just buying up land and raising those values up. So all these empty buildings are still empty buildings, but they're at least sturdy enough to still be up. But what jobs do you have for any immigrants when you ain't got jobs for the people that are here? But then you watch the business, watch the money, watch the banks. Where are they putting their money? What assets are they putting on their books? Hey, I'm a company. My evaluation is this. I think I'm going to make this because I put this on my books. Not even that I made new software, came up with new tech. Nope. I bought some coin. I bought this new digital Fiat engine, and I'm going to be part of it, staking on it, earning from the transactions that happen. I'm going to be part of this network effect, this digital network. So that's why you see me digging. I said, oh shit, look at Matic. Oh shit, look at Cardano. Oh shit, look at Solana. Oh shit. Look, and then Cirrus Kid brought up Phantom, and it won't leave. I'm telling you, there's some crazy stuff coming up on the Phantom Network, but I'm not gonna have y'all run it up before I can get in. Can't. God told me to also be smart. Father's very specific. Yo, yeah, be sure, be fishers of men, but don't cast your fruit to swine. And y'all ain't. Y'all are the tribe. Don't get me wrong. But first, I gotta test, make sure I can get in, make sure nothing breaks. Where's the security flaws? Where's the problems? Okay, this seems kind of viable. I want to do my due diligence. So I'm gonna do it over the weekend, and then next week I'll tell y'all about it. I am not investing over this weekend, so it's not like I'm gonna jump the hell in. I might do a small investment into Phantom and a couple networks, but like right now, before this thing blows crazy, so we can jump into the next chart because we're already 15 minutes in. Look, hash rate is dipping. This is China news. Again, China's about to get out of the Bitcoin cryptocurrency market altogether because they want their digital yuan. They're gonna have their citizens, their citizens, putting all of their machinery to their network. Hence, why I feel that Binance has gotten the shun from everybody and Coinbase has gotten heralded up. Because like I said, Coinbase holds the US dollar coin, and that US dollar coin will be the stable coin of the United States. They already have a debit card. It's already got Visa. Y'all, this is already working. It's functional. America don't build nothing new. They piggyback off the tech, right? And they'll probably only utilize whatever technology they know is right here homegrown. Circle is homegrown. So, like I said, we're looking at the hash rate dropping, but that's only because they're getting out. Let me see if we're the fear index is. And that's why I'm looking for sales this weekend. I am going to do a little bit of sale hunting. Let's see what's going on. Do we have an options expiring? We have an options expiring 27th. The week of the 27th. Look what I told you what's going to happen on the week of the 27th. We do this correlation now, y'all. We don't play this game. I told you, I'm not no mystic Swami. This ain't no me being special. I put these down on the 21st and the 22nd of June, and I didn't know why. And then over time, I added the fact that there's these options periods, and then look what happens when an option expires. So, yeah, they're trying to pull the market down. They did get it below this purple. We are kind of dripping down. Are we back in pocket for where I was buying? We're actually close to we're in my window zone, y'all. Like really, we're in my window. Like we're not really. We're in. You don't know. I'm hungry. I want to get in. We know there's upside here because after the 27th, this is gonna spring up. You know what, y'all? Just because I'm looking at this chart. I'm hunting this weekend. I don't know what I'm hunting yet, so I really can't tell you anything. I'm not hiding anything from y'all, but I am looking at a few things. Phantom Network, thanks to Cirrus Kid, but we've been talking about that for a couple weeks, thanks to him. So I've already been. I'm thankful to the tribe. Keep putting those Cirrus Kid. Keep putting that information out, man. We appreciate it. You're helping the tribe, dog, for real. Cirrus Kid is right here. He's been putting this stuff out. Talking about BlackRock. BlackRock has some contagion issues with the real estate that's falling asunder all over the place. So just understand real estate is on shaky foundation, right? And Superintendent fire. Oh yeah, there's projects all over the place. There's buildings that are people are getting lawsuits now for multitudes of building violations, and now co-op boards are hunting down and actually finding these developers. So now I'm watching as people are worried because of the Miami thing. Buildings have now started to do their own evaluations to make sure that they don't have another event. So there's a high run of inspections that have been going on, and you're seeing lawsuits that are starting to happen. So in the United States, we're going to have to start looking for that, right? I've just seen it hit my radar this morning, and I'm bringing that to y'all now because I need to get it out because I'm like, Keep an eye on real estate, on whether or not these buildings, the lawsuits that start shooting out. Now, that means these developers go out of business. Now, if these developers go out of business, how leveraged are they for their equipment? How leveraged are they for their buildings? How leveraged are they for the projects that they're working on, for the assets they need, right? So the actual materials, because you got to buy in advance, right? Especially when you know that there's bottlenecks happening at the ports. So we've got to just keep an eye on these things, right? Definitely got to keep an eye on these things. So, like I said, if you go here, Musical Geniuses in the Cash Lane room, Art of Work's been helping out, looking at things. So I definitely appreciate that. Serious Kid's been dropping bombs in here, especially what's going on with the being able to get passports because you have the currency. Y'all, I'm telling you now, the way DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, will be able to be founded online in code. And as these DAOs are easier and easier to build, you're going to be able to just put up a decentralized website, add some governance, start doing your rules and everything else. And next thing you know, you're going to have corporations that could get actual business licenses outside of their own business. Hold on one second, y'all. All right. Got just like I thought. Got to get ready to go soon. So we're gonna run through this. All right. So again, if you go into Musical Geniuses, I drop my thoughts. I'm telling you now, carbon credits are business. So like I said on the graphic for this video, give me a second. Let me jump over here real fast. Right here. Right. When I say public and private sector fiat transaction credits, inside the Musical Geniuses room, we're talking about these credits and what you can do. And I have here, Carbix spins emissions into gold, or at least useful minerals. So basically being able to take your emissions and repurpose them. Right now, I'm telling you, being able to mine carbon and all this other stuff for corporations is just, even like solar in the public sector, that'll be solar panels, that'll be getting energy from the solar panels, that'll be running small devices, things that do things that earn you revenue, right? And those will be credits. So you're looking at transactions per second based off of the energy, utilizing that energy from your roof to run the smaller devices to do things that earn you money. I need y'all to get into that a little bit of that thought process of earning, because the cycle for Bitcoin is going to be over in November, December. This halvening cycle's over. And I don't need y'all thinking that this thing's going to run forever. It's not. And I don't want you, oh, see, Bitcoin's a scam. No, I've been telling you, we go through a cycle. Once this cycle happens, this is the cycle that makes sure all of the investment comes in for the next cycle. Because we got to build more efficient hardware. The blockchain has to do more things the next cycle. Winners and losers are going to happen. Money's going to move from the corporations that get you more transaction. And for me as a business, what am I putting on their blockchain as code or data that earns me actual money, right? If I have a client and I can put a project management system where I'm sure my data is secure, then I can run my business transparently. What's wrong with that? Nothing. If I work on Fiverr or work with Fiverr artists, am I not still being transparent with my business endeavors? Well, I plan on working with them, so I want a project management system so I can manage who I'm working with on Fiverr. Simple as that. What's the communication going on? Because I don't need to log into a site because you ain't got a freaking API. I need to work efficiently, not your way, right? These companies are not going to control how I work. So these bots are going to help me scrape the web to be able to get my business data, to be able to do more work in a more efficient way without me being in the center. So if I need somebody to mix music for me, I'll pay for that ish. How much am I making over here? How much is in the budget for this? Did I create an account specifically for my music projects? Which is what I'm going to work on after this cycle. But this cycle, I already have my budget because I'm actually going to do a 14-day music project in December for my birthday. That's my gift to myself. I'm going to finish an album in 14 days. I just got to do the beats before that or it's never going to work. I can't be trying to make the beat and record the song at the same time. I want to stay in my MC energy throughout that entire cycle rather than being in production mode. So I've got to get all of the beats, which will only be like 7 of them, done by November. Then this way I can be in pocket by December 1st to be able to start recording. So like I said, this cycle is going to end just like it did the last cycle. Halvening cycle, 1 year later, a run up in November, December, a crash that gets boring all the way till November till it does a little bit of something, but then it wiggles back and forth for a while. It's a boring time. For a long time, it's freaking boring. All right. So I because we've been able to call these things, I don't care about news as much. I watch it for just business. Okay. I'm not going to worry too much about what's going on in the market because I told you it's manipulated and I know it should be doing better than it is. But right now it seems to be pumping up because we're getting closer and closer to the fact that, like I told you, this weekend's the last weekend they can try to push this thing down. Even with news of China, oh, we're banning all cryptocurrency whatsoever. What happened? The markets are going up because it don't matter. That crap don't matter. And what's really happening also, y'all, is people are cashing in because if companies have been using all their money and then using their profits and then sticking it in crypto and all these cryptocurrencies and gold and silver and all these other places, and they've also taken hedges on bad bets that they've done in the stock market or the real estate market, they've got to pay their bills, so they're cashing out them assets. China's really efficient, man. They're going to get all of their citizens on this digital yuan, and getting all of these machines to be running transactions for them. We're going into a supercomputer world, the world computer. World computer. Go in the news. Global computer chip shortage causes delays. World is short of computer chips. Just the home. Do it in quotes. So I can just look and see who's talking about it. Running bits. Become the world computer, see? Dfinity wants to be the world computer. So think of it like this. You know how everybody's talking about metaverse, and that's just the big thing now? Metaverse just means any multi-universe, any multi-virtual universe, right? And a virtual server can run any form of a universe on it. So like you can have a Halo universe, and in that universe can have multiple Halo-style chapters of games, right? So the same is happening when the game is no longer a game and you're just in the multiverse as a being. You land there, you're wondering what to do, you figure out you need to start a business and you need to make money somehow. You need to earn inside this economy. Well, that's here. These are the networks, y'all. Bitcoin has the Lightning Network, can run code. Ethereum has smart contracts already running code, and 2.0 is going to run even more code faster. Cardano runs code. Binance runs code. Smart chain, right? XRP runs code. They have XRP Ledger. Solana runs code. Polkadot runs code. USD Coin can run code. Dogecoin will run code. They're working on that now. Avalanche runs code. Terra runs code. Cosmos runs code. Algorand runs code. Chainlink can run code. Uniswap is an app running on a decentralized network. It is code running on code. Litecoin will be able to run code. Wrapped Bitcoin, I believe, is code. Polygon, code. Database, code. Internet computer, we just said world computer, code. I don't know why you may need Filecoin. I don't know if you're going to still need that, as hardware decentralization isn't, like, some of it's going to be centralized, some of it's going to be decentralized, so we'll see whether or not you need Filecoin for that. Stellar runs code. Tron runs code. I think you get the VeChain is a database and can run code. DAI runs code. Tezos runs code. Theta runs code. Elrond runs code. Quant runs code. Pancake Swap is like Uniswap code running on code. Axie Infinity is an app running on code. It's a game, actually. So it's one of the first play-to-earn games. Running on code. EOS runs code. Aave is an app running on code. Y'all get it? Ledger, that is a database running code. The Graph, database running code. The top 50, all you're hearing me is saying code, 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 code. JavaScript, y'all. Node.js. I'm telling you, it is. I've had to jump back into Node. I'm looking at Node heavily. JavaScript heavily, like it has to be a thing. Even Wappler is making it easier to run on the new version of Wappler, because I tell you all about it. It's how I'm gonna build my application, some of my UI in an easier way. Wappler is how I'm gonna do it. IL, right? Wappler 4. This runs Node.js, runs code. And then what happens when I can put this code, which you can build apps with, right? JS, JavaScript, database. I can have a database and manage it all inside here. Connect to any API service, so basically any service I want. Spotify, I can work with it with its API. So I can work in here and build code in code. Run my own robots in here. You can build automation scripts in here. Deploy to any cloud platform. Docker. So when I can put it in a Docker, it means I can virtualize. It means I can put this soon into a blockchain. So I'm getting myself prepared. Node.js, see? Right here, this right here, that, and even PHP, and JavaScript, and HTML, CSS. All of these things build the web currently, and all of these things can be put into the new decentralized app sphere we're getting into. I'm not, like I told you, I'm not going to do too much in news, because again, I don't believe in the news anymore right now. I'll look at the news later, but I'm not beat on news right now. I'm just not. We know what's about to happen. We've called these dips and pumps. We called this pump because that was that was 26th, the last week of the last month. You see? These people think we can't see it. And this might, I have to just keep an eye on this one. I don't know if this is because this might be that option period, that last little option period pump. And like I said, after this, I said this one I was expecting to pull us in here. This one I was expecting to break us out of here. And this one is going to do maybe the 100,000 mark. So maybe that's how it goes, because this one did do its job and get us up here. This one, I thought, actually no. So I might have to reevaluate and see where we're going to pump to, because I thought this one would get us up here, and it did. But we got pulled back down here, real low. I'm hoping, and I said this one, I wanted it to break us out. So I think this one should break us out. I'm hoping it breaks us out. If not, we may be looking at a 75,000 mark to be out at instead of a 100,000 mark. Last run up coming. And I put this in June 28th is when I said the last run up is coming here. So all in June, all of these things came out. All of this was written in June. So yeah, y'all. All right, so let's get into a little bit, since we've gone through the news really as fast as I could. Actually, 35 minutes, not bad. Since we went through the news pretty fast, because I don't really do news right now, I'm going to get into the really real, right? So let's go in here and let's... All right, so digital, I talk about DAOs again since they're in the news. Okay, so I'm going to look at the DAO situation. China and the latest wacky moves that are playing out. Also looking at the first quarter 2022, plans for potential business climate scenarios. Okay. Also Fed speak. So I gave y'all the Fed speak here, so you can go in here and actually watch it because this video was coming behind this, but I'm going to focus on transactions. What are going to be my transactions over the next few months, right? And I kind of give my blueprint up here. It's in the 3 a.m. room, but I know some of y'all can't get in there right now. But I'm going to tell y'all what it is. Now, I put in here, there's a link here to the Tofu Dread project in China, and this is the buildings that are falling down. Also, the fact that China, serious kids like China banned crypto too, apparently. I was like, yep. Having dumped all their miners out of the country, they are honing into all citizens mining the digital yuan, giving them compute processing superiority. They want their own world computer, right? They want it for their AI. They want it for their espionage. They want it for everything, period. Internal, external. It's always about transactions of some kind. Now, carbon credits is how businesses can make money now, and transactions per second, how you at your home can make money with these Internet of Things. And I put a link to this website, right? This website here basically has all this hardware. These are things. And we're talking about cluster servers and server boards. Like, this is a server machine now. These server machines are getting smaller and they're going to be in the homes, right? I keep telling y'all that, but I'm not going to hype on it. I'm not going to hype on it. I'm not going to be the hype cycle. I'm just going to tell you what it is. And if you do, you do. You don't, you don't. At this point, I'm running through this thing to try to make sure my business is going to stay above water because, again, it's about hardware generating transactions per second. I believe this, and since I believe it, the company's making that pivot. We have on our books coming in spring, we're announcing the fact of what networks and currencies we're linking to. And in fact, that's what the code I'm working on now is to gather the data so I can start announcing it in a more customizable, easy way. So I can be compliant with the business that the government wants to see and then still announce, hey, we're in these cryptocurrencies, because why the hell not, right? If you're watching MicroStrategy do it, right? I'm watching this company, Micro, STRAT, right? MicroStrategy, right? What are they doing? Bitcoin is the only institutional grade asset in crypto space. 6 days ago, MicroStrategy doles out 240 additional on Bitcoin purchase. He doubled down on. He's been buying every dip of Bitcoin, y'all. A company has been buying up all of the Bitcoin. An American company has been buying up all the Bitcoin to run transactions, y'all. He's going to have a shore up of all the transactional power he'll need to run any network he wants to run. People are laughing at this crap now, but when this man is all of a sudden running international financial networks, he's going to be one doing the last laugh. I'm just learning about Lightning Network and why Twitter CEO is so hype on it. I'm just learning it. So I suggest y'all look into it. because he's putting it on his books as a business asset. And a lot of corporations, schools, hedge funds are putting cryptocurrencies on their books, these networks, because they now understand this is the next level of the internet of things. Not the internet for you. We have it already. We don't need another internet for you. We need an internet for other machines doing monetary transactions in an automated way for us. Because I'm going to be making music, I'm going to be making graphics, I'm going to be selling NFTs, I'm going to be having my art out, I'm going to be doing creating avatars, I'm going to be having concerts in virtual worlds, and all of that's going to be running behind my bots, earning interest. Let me continue what I was saying. These carbon credits for the Internet of Things. The shift is machines making money, not humans. So now we all can build these things for ourselves, and I give you the link I just showed you. I see now that's why all countries were banning Binance, since it's a Chinese smart chain that could easily be snatched by the government with all the moves they're doing in Hong Kong. I put a video out showing that Hong Kong has been, getting basically it's been silenced. Everybody who was prominent there, all of these multi-billionaires billionaires are disappearing. Millionaires are disappearing, like they're getting out of public eye in China and leaving the country. Exodus, movement of the people, yeah. Right? I said I'm learning Linux now to build my own damn things. I just installed Ubuntu on a Raspberry Pi. And Sirius gave the LeBron cry. About to set up as a local server because I need to write code, right, and have a way to test my stuff in a local environment. It's faster that way, but not hog up on my machine resources for my actual computer. So like when I'm doing gaming, I'll have another machine doing work for me that I don't have to do. So when I want to post multiple places, I'll give it to my bot machine, my assistant. I'm going to create my first digital assistant. See? Thing. So I'm eating my own dog food. Any business that does will win, y'all. Build your own infrastructure to scale your own business. Hedge it on the technology that's there. And build your business. At the time, Microsoft, if you had a Windows machine, you had Microsoft, and you just got yourself an office space, you were a business. You had a fax machine and a computer and internet, that's it, you were done. You could be anything. You hooked into some type of trading software, oh, well, now you're a hedge fund. Or a miner fund, right? I'm about to set up as a local server to have and add a web scraping bot because I'm going to scrape my data to begin storing the data for business transactions and machine learning data analysis. There's free code out here. So we're like, oh, Tragic talking that crazy talk. He's a dumbass. He said he didn't graduate high school. Yeah, I didn't graduate high school. But I don't believe you need to anymore because I believe Google and Microsoft are the smartest company. Look, this is where the world builds software. So then all I have to do is say machine learning, enter, boop. What do I have? I've got Jupyter Notebook. Wow, what's Jupyter? Python? Oh, I'm going to need a little Python too. So if I put Python on machine and I have Python and I'm going to have if I have Python, I'm going to have machine learning, right? So boom, I could go in here and learn and do some machine learning with Python. But what if I just wanted to stay in JavaScript? Bloop, I've got 4,000 repositories, and I can say, give me the one with the most stars. Boop, there we go. Virtualizer for the neutron learning. For the neutron, visualizer for neural network, deep learning, and machine learning. TensorFlow, PyTorch, all these things I'll just have to start figuring out. And then what I'll do is I'll say, okay, what's this neutron, right? So just copy this. Then I'm going to go over to here, and I'm going to go to YouTube, right? .com. And then when I go to YouTube, I'm going to come here, I'm going to hit V and say neutron machine learning, right? Hit that, and what does it tell me? What is neural network, neural network, neural network, neural network, neutron. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me see something. Explaining the predictions. Friendly machine learning for the web. Let's do this. I'm going to take this whole thing and copy this, right? Pop that back over here. I'm going to just do this and hit enter and see what shows up. Neutron Neural Network Viewer. Neutron is a viewer for neural network, deep learning, and machine learning. GitHub, and there's the link for it. 4 ways to visualize neural network. So just by doing that, by copy and pasting that one thing, it just showed me, okay, so wait, even if I do, let's just do this then, right? So let's open this actually up in a new window. Why are you doing that? I'm doing that so I can actually copy this URL. All right, so now that I have this URL, I'm now seeing something. So let me do this and actually put that whole GitHub URL in there. Booyah, what do I now have? Intro to Tiny. So this is for anybody that's used that URL to be able to run something for you. So now I can begin to figure out how to use that thing for, and then begin to say, oh, okay, you're going to show me how to do this or show this or how to run this. And if I learn these things, y'all, if I learn these things, can I not run it through something? Now, of course, that seems overshot, but look at this. If I go here, I've got Jupyter Notebooks, Jupyter Notebooks. Jupiter, huh? Sons of Jupiter. Oh, okay. With the most stars. And then now here we go. We got Microsoft, got something with machine learning for beginners, right? You got homemade machine learning, Python examples of popular machine learning interactions with Jupyter demos and math being explained. So we've got all of these things. So let's say we take this crazy one right here. Wait, is that a sponsor? No, I don't want to sponsor ones. So that's slick move. Let's go with this one here. All right, let's do that again. Let's see if YouTube's gonna do the same thing again. Do I have but one? Yeah, I have but one. So let's open up again a new window. Let's open YouTube. Let's then come here, put that URL right into it. And then what do we see? Hansen ML, a brief overview of the repository on GitHub. So now I can begin studying what this thing can do, k-means clusterings. I can begin to learn how to see, and then they even have some visual thing, which is kind of interesting. So again, these things are out here for us to learn. And if you can run these codes on your data, so then it's like, hey, I'm going to learn these things. Then you're telling me all I need to do is figure out how to give it the data in the format it needs. And then the results should give me some type of data. And I can test that on my machine, see what I get with it, and see how it works out for me, right? So as you see how I'm working, I'm showing you how I'm going to begin to get into machine learning and get into what I'm talking about, why I'm building Raspberry Pi, why I'm putting Ubuntu on it. Because couldn't I put Python on a machine? Yes, really easy. I put Node. I'm going to put Node on that today once I get done with some work I got to finish off. Web scraping, data analysis, right? So I just showed you how I'm going to begin doing my data analysis. Begin using that data to make money, make it consistent, then charge for subscriptions to the data for anyone outside the tribe. Put the earnings from the subscriptions behind my, okay, so wait, let's start right there. So make it consistent, then charge for subscriptions to the data for anyone outside the tribe, right? So that right there, let me show you how that works. Boom. Let's go back to YouTube. Let's go to Morealis. Do I have it right here? Yes, I do. Morealis Web, right? Morealis Web3. You know, I love anything that has more in it, right? So Morales, like a Morales, like the home of the Moors, right? What is Morales Web3? It's Ethereum SDK for building decentralized applications, right? So if you go over to the videos and then you go to what they're doing, this is how I've been looking for projects to invest in. Because if somebody's teaching you how to build an application, I follow the developers who build apps for consumers. Cardano, definitely, because they're building an app store, so get ready for that. Create a DEX, right? And he's showing you how to build a DEX to do swaps, set price for NFTs, build a full NFT game in a few days. So they're beginning to show people how to build these these small games now. But soon in the future, it'll be easy, as you get into bigger development companies, more design. Like I showed you with Unreal, you can hook Unreal into these networks, like Engine, ticker code ENJ, like Irk and Jerk, right? So that's where I'm talking about right there. What I'm saying here, that I'm going to then make a charge for subscription. So I'm going to put up a wallet because they teach you how to do that. I'm going to put a wallet where you can give USDC to the wallet to pay for subscription. So I'm going to have a subscription to my business data. Once I'm already making money on it and I know it works, well, then I'm going to charge based off of performance and make sure that it's still profitable for the people that are doing it. But if I know what it's worth and I'm like, well, I'm not going to cheat myself out. But why would you give up what you're making money on? Because if I can scale it without the hurt to my business, I can just say only X amount of people are going to get in, and this is how much it costs. And this is how much I'm making with it. And here's the proof of it because here's the transactions in real time. Right? Because that's what I want to get to, real-time transactions. And that's why I'm going to have subscriptions for people that want, like, not say real-time, but like within 24 hours. And then if you want, and then for like the free data, it might be 14 days behind. So that it gives the people that have the pulse, we want to have like maybe do a toxic magazine. And if you have that's called the Toxic Pulse, and in there you get the data that's within 7 days. And then we'll have a business pro service for people that do work with us or want to actually work with us on projects. And like we were talking about music projects as well as coding projects. And we want to pay in what? USDC. We want to earn and we want to spend in the same currency we're earning in. We're we're going into a different economy. And I'm teaching you the economy because, like I said, soon I'm going to be building things and making investments in things, and that some of those currencies you're going to need to be in. So I'm telling you where I'm at, where I'm making money in, so that it's not a guess as to where you need to go, right? So liquidity. All right. So then what? So I get the subscriptions coming in, right? And what am I going to do? Take the subscription the earnings, right, from the subscriptions, put them behind my trading bot, and earn just by being liquidity in USDC. Why do I make that statement? I'm going to show you that right now. I have both of the bots open. This is the classroom bot, right? So this is the bot that I link in the description that we put $1,000 in. We only had $1,000. We put it in, and the market dipped on us when we turned on the bot. Right? This has been running for 3 months now. So it ran through that whole where I turned it back on after the China FUD, and it's been running that entire time. Now, if you look at it, we only put $1,000 in, but it's been doing transactions. Because I told you, Bitcoin, after this halving cycle plays out, let me scrunch this down a little bit, and let me slide this over a little bit. Hold on, I got to do it this way because I'm going to have to drag it out because you really can't see it. So let me zoom this out and let me slide it over, right? So here, halving cycle happened. That was in 2016. Then the year later, boom, 2017, shoot up, crash. All the way till December. This happened. I got to go and map the halving cycle beforehand, but it's kind of hard since there's no data on there's no data on Coinbase past January 2015. And the last halving cycle before that was it was the first halving cycle was 2012. So I'd have to find what exchange was there and do all that. So it doesn't make any sense because the data that I'm using for this chart is this because of Coinbase. So this is the patterns we found on Coinbase. So I really can't go any further and give you any other information other than what I have from when Coinbase was here and from this last cycle that just happened, which is playing out. If you see the colors repetitively, there's a dipping cycle, and then when the halvening comes, there's a pump cycle. So we caught this one from the last one, and we're watching this one happen. And the dips that we've seen, the cyclical ones came when they came, and the pumps that have now that are shown to happen during this cycle from the 2017 cycle. I took the 2017 cycle. I basically found these pumps by going back in time, and then just found these pumps and dips and put them back up for us. All right. So what am I talking about when I'm saying fiat and transactions? I'm saying buying into these networks so that I can do staking and earn transactions. I'm now going to take those transactions, like I said, put them behind these bots, earn this percentage, as you said, as I've said. When we put this in, we were actually, the market dipped even further, we went from 1,000 to 800 and something dollars. We have the videos and the screens for all of that. And then now you can see the market has shot back up. And now we're back in, right? We're 300 up. And the ones, and because this is a research project for us, we did this just to see what would happen when we use this bot. Now we see, like, it's better with the longer term. So let's look at 2 months with a USDC project, right? Or here, right? Here's 1 month, 4% down, 6% up, right? 7% change since we purchased DNT, 16% up. USDC, this one is 37 that it's earned, 21. That's because now I understand with Bitcoin being so volatile, it's not as profitable for us, because you're taking the dip from both of these sides happening at the same time, which is never a great play, which is why when we're in that next cycle, I will not have any other coins on this side of the trade. I don't want more Bitcoin until after November of next year. So for next year, all the way till November, this side of the trade is the only one I'm working on. And that's because from our research, from going from this last dip, we've seen 23% up, 32% up, 38%, 56%, right? 31%, 35, 35, 34. So it's not balanced enough, because having two things that can be fluctuative to that degree is not going to give us it's going to give us some residuals. But I think if we focus all of our cash flow out of BTC and ETH and just or we can still get some ETH. I don't mind still accumulating a little bit of ETH, because ETH is still going to be functionally usable for things. And Bitcoin does too, but I would rather, through the dip, only focus what we've seen from our research of holding it over the last 3 months, especially after this last dip. Because again, you see, this has only done 31%, and we've done not here. This one's done 38%, but we've done 56%. 23, 32. So still, that's what I want to see. And if we go and get a longer term bot up and running here for you to see, our other Coinbase bot, and we're focusing on Coinbase because USDC will be the stable coin we want to focus on through this next dip. We want to be able to accumulate as much as this as possible. We're trying to accumulate cash. So we're going to be in a cash accumulation phase throughout this market shift. We will be hoarding cash, as all businesses are, except we are going to be doing it via liquidity. So that this way, this side of the trade, if we're going to hold cash, we're going to make money on this side of the trade. We'll hold these assets to be able to have the infrastructure for these virtual worlds. So we'll make adjustments after November, and those adjustments will be based off of the highlighted, reviewed products that we're going to begin to put inside our new system before November. So like the application I'm building now, that data is going to begin to give us our business data to know what assets we want to pivot into, and that we feel are like really what's the word I'm looking for? Gems, diamonds that nobody's seen yet. Like we want to find these network diamonds that help us pitch more content later. And that's what we're doing, y'all. Where is my content going to be? Because remember, content is nothing more than text, audio, and video. MP3, MP4 text files, right? HTML is nothing more than text files that can do things and be pretty. And now you've got video playing and all this other stuff, right? So we just got to understand JavaScript is the text engine, or, you know, you want to say programming engine behind what we're going to be doing more in a more decentralized way. Instead of having a central machine that everybody logs in, you should be able to spin up a page that somebody can just be on and spin these things up as they go, so that now all of a sudden you've got this decentralized engine where thousands of people can be on an application at one time, but it's spread out. So definitely looking at USDC being the stabilized version of our cash flow, which our statement in here is saying, in a way, right? Put the earnings to this from the subscriptions behind the trading bot and earn just by being liquidity in USDC. Y'all can do the same, which is why I'm sharing. Oh, and because it's USDC, I'll still have fiat liquidity at the swipe of a card as always. And I say that because all of these crypto exchanges, you go to spot exchanges, CoinGecko, Coinbase has a card, Crypto.com has a card, but it's kind of expensive to get a card. FTX, I believe, has a card. I believe Kraken has a card. Does Kraken have a debit card? No, Kraken card. Right? Visa, MasterCard purchases, no. You can deposit, buy a crypto widget, Kraken cards, no. No, I don't see Kraken having an actual card itself. Okay, maybe not. But Gemini, I believe, has a card. Right? Gemini. YPTOCARD. Gemini Crypto, right? Crypto. There you go. Gemini card. So there's your crypto card from Gemini. So they got a MasterCard right there. No annual fee, moment you swipe, maximum reward. So exit strategy. So if we're navigators on water of commerce, right? What do you need? You need a port of entry and a port of exit. What's your port of entry? Your port of entry is your own bank account. Your wallet, right? Wherever you're holding funds, assets. That's your entry. So for now, it's been our bank accounts being able, or PayPal linking into Coinbase to fund our transactions. I am looking past that. I'm moving to the next phase, which is, since I have USDC and I want to earn more USDC, I'll be able to do projects or have subscriptions or have services or sell assets in USDC or cryptocurrencies. Lowball. Like I can sell, like these people want to sell NFTs at like $500 and $100. But if I'm on a blockchain where the mint is only like 0.000 of itself and I'm staking, I'm earning a lot of it, why couldn't I give you my NFT for like $5? If y'all sell it and flip it to exhaustion, that's y'all own problem. But if I just gave y'all an NFT at $5 an NFT and dropped 5 NFTs, I just made $5,000. I can put that behind my trading robot and earn on it. But I want my NFTs to do more than just be graphics. That's why I'm working into graphics, working into Unreal, learning I'm gonna learn Unreal next year. This year I want to get my automation together, my robots together. Next year I want to work on the virtual world, and that allows me to also work with music for my virtual worlds. Right? These virtual environments that I can now do like performances in. And I can build these sets and these assets on my own. And it's going to be fun. You know what I mean? I'm going to be able to really get into virtual design again, and I've missed that ever since Second Life. But there is no, like, for me, when I saw Second Life, again, enter exit strategy. What was my enter strategy? PayPal. I could take money from my PayPal, deposit it directly into Second Life. What was my exit strategy? The exchange from Second Life that led back to getting paid back to PayPal. Then I could swipe my card, make my money, and eat, right? So as long as I can swipe a card and eat, that's my exit strategy. I just need to make sure I can pay bills and eat. So I should be able to earn in the native currency. PayPal was a native currency for me. I figured out how to get paid in it and swipe and still live. It's a digital transition I had to do. When I was living in a place that had nowhere for a web developer to, they didn't need web design and web development as their economy went from analog to digital in Macon, Georgia. I saw it firsthand. And now I saw what happened in New York. It's going from analog to digital. And I left and came back to Georgia. I was like, well, since we're all going digital, what sense did it ever make for you to commute to another damn computer? Why do you drive an hour to get on a computer? Ask yourself that question. No, really, think about it. Why do you drive to a computer? Why do I drive to a warehouse to get on a computer? Why do I drive a machine that can drive itself in the future? Right? If you see what they're doing, you just got to make a pivot. Can you code the JavaScript for the machines to run? Can you write the automation scripts for these machines to do actions? That's what the system's asking for us, and we get credits for it. Transactions per second. Right? If I can do X amount of graphics, like, I'm gonna show you transactions per second in physical. Hold on. Let's do this. Let me show you this. Right? So that you get it. V Fiverr, right? Let's say I say Photoshop. I gotta tell you, you can always make money with Photoshop. No matter what you do, no matter what else, right now, you can still do art and retouching, right? So let's say this person is a man, right? Let's say this person, let's see what it says. What is it? I will do editing and retouching. Complete at least 50 jobs on time with a minimum of 4.7 rating, right? So let's say you open up this, you go in here, you look at it, and you're like, okay, in 2 days, he's going to do this for $25, right? Remove a background, retouch, da 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 da. So let's say this is really, if he uses AI and all this, like Photoshop AI and get some people, he can get somebody for $5 to do it, flip it to you for $25. So his business model has a flipping, and he said, my project was not easy. My request was turned down by 3 other Fivers, right? Photoshop editing services are, and all the services, right? So now think about it. If he does, how many of these can he do a day? And he has unlimited revisions, y'all. So there's no limit to these revisions. So how many of these can he do a day? How many does he do a day? And if he's not working, how does he consistently grow his business, right? So he can get somebody else to help him for a lower price, especially if he's not in the United States. Where are you? You don't tell us, do you? You don't tell us what country you're at, right? Level 2. Pakistan. Ah, see? Okay. So he's in Pakistan. So if he can get somebody to do it for $5 or less, then all of these products, so he can get, let's say he gets 5 people, he can do 5, let's say, and they can do that in an hour a piece. He can scale up his business. So depending on where you are, if you're willing to outscale him for what he can do, then all be it to you. But you see what I'm doing? Even if I did that myself, if I say I'm going to compete with him and I'm going to compete at $25, which I'm telling y'all, let's do this. Boom, ba-dum, bum, bum. Let's go. I want best selling. And already I've gone down to $10. So I've already gone from $25 to $10. I've already now gone down to $5. So when you first start, you're going to have to, you can't just come at 25. You have no sales. What are you going to have to do? You're going to have to come someplace and get a start. This person's pro verified. He's 105. So you've got 4.9s. Over 1,000 people have done this. Let me find somebody that has even more than that. Come on. Give me somebody that's got, or it's just 1,000 plus the move, right? $5. Let's just check this one, right? Let's do this one. All right. And then $5, 1-day delivery, unlimited revisions, 50% deals on bulk orders. Where are you from, right? Ukraine. See what you understand where I'm getting at? If you're in America, do you understand where I'm getting at? So if she does $5, unlimited revisions, again, I'm just showing you. So that's $5 for standard, $10 if you want glamour magazine level. Premium is $40. 10 portraits edited full scale. All right. So again, then she's doing 10 for $40. And that's a 1-day delivery time. What if she does each one and like she's probably got again other people working with her, because remember, she's not in America, she's in the Ukraine. So that's what when I talk about globalization and what it means digitally and why I've made the pivots I've made as a company. I've made those understanding that I've worked on Fiverr and I've understood that it's a race to the bottom. I've worked on freelancer.com. I understand it's a race to the bottom as far as what I can earn, especially when I have got no clients underneath my belt. So I gave up caring about clients and focused on what is my business, my product, my service for myself, so that my business, my products, my services earn for me first and foremost. So right now that's on the financial side, because I can take earnings and put them into profitable gain with my robots. And then at the end of the day, I can earn, and regardless, APR. I can, if I want to stay on Ethereum, I can do that. Or if I want to go to USD, I can USDC, excuse me, I can earn 0.5%, or again, another pegged US network coding platform, I can get 2% staking. Right? So we've just got to understand that credits are credits, and you're just going to have machines making you take money, take your credits, stake your credits, and earn credits from them credits. And buy into companies early enough that are doing network things. I'd be looking for gaming companies right now, y'all. That is the next thing, is these gaming companies giving you assets for playing their games and you being able to sell them other places. Start looking for smart NFTs. Not just NFTs, smart NFTs. Because NFTs are dumb. They don't need pictures and images. But smart NFTs could be like parts of a car that have NFTs inside NFTs. You know, the zip file thing I was telling you? Think of NFTs as a zip file, but think of it as a programmable zip file. I could take a NFT of a car, piece all these NFTs, car parts together, and build a new type car. Put other data with that car, tweaks, tunings, race wins, and all this stuff, giving me power boosts, and then resell that car because the sum of its parts are more with all the added bonuses and boosts. So now my time playing a game is worth more. And if you didn't want to spend time grinding out to get all these parts and get all this thing and to win these competitions, and you just wanted a dope ass ride, well, now you can just get it. Yo, you think we're getting less analog, more? You think we're going back into a regular analog system? You think you're going to commute to work? When somebody in another nation builds more software because their cost of living is lower than you, and the dollar that they have in their country, which is based or pegged, let's say USDT, or if they're using DAI or some other stable currency, and they're building their entire platform off of a stabilized currency, and their currency or coin that they're using is more than your US dollar, they're doing well better than you. And if your currency, as they've already said, they're going to continue to print money. They're going to continue to print money. And if they're going to do that, then the dollar, what you're going to be able to spend with it's going to be more expensive next spring. Because they're not doing any trimming, because they don't want this market shaken up any more than it is right now. And they can't. Introducing Cowboy Zombie's first crypto shoot-to-earn game style, Westwell style. Here he comes. Layer by layer, Avalanche, Phantom, Tezos, Polkadot, data. China making all cryptocurrency illegal because they want it for themselves. Compass giving hardware to mine cryptocurrency at home. The Internet of Things. Use your own currency. Blockchain earning and the integration of NFTs. Blockchain gaming and the integration of NFTs. I'm showing you the news is already saying what I've been saying. Your business. Let's undo. Right? Your business. Athletes are shifting the narrative around mental health, right? Labor movement for the platform economy. So this is just the AI. I'm just jumping into what news the AI has found. Fed risk tapering surprise. Stock market shock as central banks inflation forecast not credible. Yeah. 67-year-old drive-in chain is raising its minimum wage to $19 an hour and paying more overtime as it tries to triple its usual hiring. So the costs for everything is going up. Labor has been stagnant. Pricing for labor has been stagnant. There has to be a pump to keep up with inflation, which then means the cost of your goods at these restaurants will have to do what? Go down or go up? All right. And then we still are dealing with what? We're dealing with the fact that we have a shortage on the fact that we've got all these ships out in the water, right? Southwest Airlines next CEO said an application to work at Whataburger was stapled to his food bag. That's what's to come. Damn. An application at a Whataburger was stapled to his food bag. That's what it's to come. That's what it's come to. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay. So it goes back to a story that I remember, and I guess I've talked about it, so the AS probably picked up on it, where I said the fact that a CEO in the last recession had lost his job and was working at a Starbucks. Blending people and technology to deal with the current supply chain issues. Supply chain, physicality, the physicals, having a hard time getting to you. So, hey, y'all, get distracted with digital. Buy more stuff digital. Hey, Snoop Dogg's been collecting art digitally. Hey, y'all better start collecting this digital art. Hey, y'all better start collecting these digital things to get that spending bubble you need out of your system because you like to spend. You might need to buy other things. Somebody sold their Tesla for a NFT and they're like, everybody laughed. He was like, well, that Tesla is going to be broken in 10 years. its maintenance is going to be crappy in 10 years. Its software is going to be obsolete in 10 years. But this NFT is one of a first of its kind. I'm still going to have it, and it's going to be more in value. See, art always appreciates in value, y'all. Now we're talking about digital art. So now, yeah, there's a bubble of a bunch of crappy art, but wasn't there a bubble of a bunch of crappy musicians too? And that bubble popped. And some of that cream is starting to rise to the top now. That's why I'm ready to do an album. There was an oversaturation of gunk out here. Everybody be able to, like, use these promotional companies to pump up their stuff, right? SM Zeus that shit. Well, that's over. These companies now want physical transactions. You just can't overbloat. And then all these companies have also said, they did a memorandum together talking about, we're not going to inflate our artists anymore. Well, y'all can't afford to do it no more because you got no physical architecture. And then the streaming architecture was collapsing your economy anyway. It was going to go through a shift like, hey, these shows are gone. That was the only money these artists were making. Show money. Because they did these 360 deals, so even their face and their products were all being jacked from them. So what do I need you for, man? Now, I don't need you for exposure. I don't need your TV. I'm going into the multiverse. I'm going into games. I'm going into small form games. I'm going into handheld games. I'm going into multiple styles of gaming. Why do I need you? I don't. I just need to be able to take my catalog and move it where I need to go. Bots. Let's get it. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. You can do it yourself. I even told you the software to use. Millions are ghosting the workforce. How can you get them back? Yeah, people are starting to figure out how to make their own money. How to create a people-first company culture. Who wants to commute to a company now? What sense does that make? Why can't we have individual governance so I can feel like I'm a part of something at a distance? A farm in Massachusetts said it spent $500 in advertising on Indeed for a job running its short-staffed produce stand and got 0 applicants. Nobody's in Indeed looking for jobs like that. People are shifting to JavaScript. Nobody wants to stand in the analog. Why do I want to stand in the analog when the entire world's going digital? Okay. How small businesses can get benefit, employees love. So basically, my AI is really focused on the fact of how businesses can get these jobs filled. Damn. See, mental health, jobs and mental health, people and mental health. So that's the biggest thing. DoorDash, delivery behaviors. Oh, I saw something about a McDonald's having like 45 minutes worth of a wait line, and nobody wanted to do the pickup from the delivery services. So like DoorDash or whatever. And then there was like bags upon bags of cold ass food sitting there for nobody coming to pick it up. Target offers employees more shifts and increased flexibility in bid to retain workers ahead of the holidays. And in the holidays, they're already saying you better buy your Christmas gifts now, y'all. Buy them right now, okay? Because the shipping ports are stuck. Challenges of automation in the legacy fashion industry. Yeah, there's no challenges there. I can print a shirt now, so get out of here. Tracking the continued state of the cloud adoption across industries. That's automation and infrastructure, digital infrastructure. Bank of England says the case for cutting stimulus is growing, so they're going to cut spending soon while all these homes are empty and businesses are turning to automation. Let's see. Treasury yields mixed, no rate hikes, central banks, workplace where women thrive, how to make better workplaces. Really? Oh shoot, here's the go. There you go. See what I told you about, like, people? Why am I going to go to your analog to stand up? The owner of a Texas taco restaurant, analog, standing up, that closed down in the labor shortage, says larger companies poached his staff with $5,000 pay raises. Dog eat dog. That was what's happening in the tech world, y'all. I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you. So I'm not gonna go too much more into this. Um, yep. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at this, y'all. I real time Fed's rate decision. They're not gonna cut any spending. COVID season, annual peak COVID seasons are here to stay. So okay, so they're saying that nothing's gonna change as far as what's going on. So travel may be restricted. Growing risk of stagflation. We're not doing anything. We're not creating anything. The economy's not moving. There's no new jobs being created. People are just being filled to the last of the manual positions. All of the office jobs are basically automating out of existence. Supply chain issues. Automotive companies having problems with chips. Chip manufacturers. You're going to see a lot of 3D printing of chips to hurry up and get in here. Risk chips are going to be coming in. Fed could be energy. All right, so this is for 3 days ago. So yeah, so let me just go one more time and just look at the stuff that I wanted to just look at real fast. There we go. So let me go back to my cash lane. So the China's moves. China shut down everything cryptocurrency wise. We know that it's to do infrastructure. So that's what's going on. So they're cutting down all of that stuff. They're going infrastructure. We know that they've got residential real estate problems. We also have energy issues as far as like a big dam or energy turbine, like had some river issue. I'm going to be looking into that next week. Again, I'm looking at these big investments that are $1 billion investments. I'm looking at who's been in charge of these investments, looking at the fact that BlackRock's been involved in a lot of these things, and a lot of those things have failed and are falling into the water, falling to the ground. So I think next year we're going to be seeing a lot of hits on the economy. So my first quarter 2022 plans are really what I've already told you. Remember, Bitcoin is going to play stupid at the end of November, first week of December. It's going to shoot up like it did last season, 2017, shoot up at the end and then dip. And we've marked them out, and they've been pretty much playing the way we've been seeing that it's done in the past. So we see the next run and this significant dip, December 13th, is a significant dip. So it's really between November 15th and December 13th that you want to be very much out of the market. You want to be out before this date. I know that for sure. But you're going to want to be out somewhere, like I said, November, last week of November. Even the first week of December is sketchy because it looked like it was a quick spike and slammed down. So I don't even want to play that long, so I might be out the last week of November, right after Thanksgiving. Right after this pump. I'll let it form, and I'm going to be out of here. So these are the last pumps for this cycle in this season, y'all. I want you to understand that. This is a pump here. This is the pump here. In between these last two pumps, I'm going to begin to look at what I want to be exit out of, because I don't think the technology is going to be doing anything with gaming, because I'm concentrating on gaming, media, as far as video and audio. So gaming infrastructure, media as far as audio and video. So video streaming, audio streaming, and gaming are all the platforms I'm looking at, because those are the platforms that win on the internet, and those are going to be the platforms that'll win on the blockchain. Y'all, I gotta go. It's time for me to get working in the